Welcome to the Fish House Nation podcast. We're at the St. Paul Ice Show. We're wrapping up our coverage, the final day of the show. And right now we've got Tom McMahon from Yetti coming in. Tom, thanks for joining the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tom, tell us a little bit about Yetti. Give us the Yetti story. What is Yetti all about?
Yeah, Yetti is an all-aluminum constructed fish house. We've been in the industry now 9 years. And basically we pride ourselves on quality and craftsmanship, both on the interior and exterior of the house.
When people walk into a Yetti, what's your signature thing? What are they going to see?
They're going to notice just a very thought-out layout and something that's finished very nice. So it has almost a luxury feel to it, and that just is a result of the craftsmanship we put into each house. Yeah,
we're sitting in a Yetti right now. Very comfortable seat. I've been sitting in this seat all weekend long, and people have come in from the show to talk to us, and they get in here and they don't want to leave.
Absolutely. Yeah, some of the most fun conversations at the show are actually families come in and a wife looks at her husband and says, "How come we don't have one of these?" And pretty soon his face lights up and the wheels are turning, so it's pretty exciting to see.
Yeah, tell us about how that has changed. Wheelhouse fishing. And like you said, it's really become a family thing. Tell us about that evolution and how it's worked.
Yeah, absolutely. So when Yetti started in the industry 9 years ago, we started out just making aluminum shells, and it was finish your own fish house. As things have progressed, it's moved from 6.5 by 12. Now we make a hydraulic 8 by 21 house that has a full RV package. So families are using it in the winter, they're using it in the summertime. We've had uses from it's my camper to it's the guest house, it's in our driveway, to some pretty crazy things people are using them for.
Yeah, what's it looks like people send you guys pictures all the time of them using their house. What's kind of the coolest place you've seen a Yetti sitting?
Yeah, I think the coolest picture was one sitting down on the Keys, and it was palm trees and the ocean in the background. The guy had his ramp, it was a tracks, he had his ramp door down and just hanging out.
Yeah. Walk us through some of that. Now, you've got a lot of different ways that people can buy Yettis. You talked about you guys used to sell a shell. Is that something that's still available?
Yep. Yeah, so there's 4 ways you can buy Yetti. There's 3 finishing options. We have a Grand Escape Edition, an Angler Edition, and a Trax Edition. The Grand Escape Edition is going to be all layouts that are built for year-round use. They're going to come with the awning, air conditioning, RV package, that style. The Angling Edition is going to be houses built for ice fishing. So you won't have the water packages. It's more of your plain Jane fish house, I would say. But with Yetti, that still comes with a lot of very nice features. The Trax Edition is going to be everything that has a ramp door. So within that, you get from a 6.5 by 12 up to an 821, and then it's kind of a mix between Grand Escape and Anglers. And then also, as you mentioned, yeah, shells. That's how we started. Create your own legend. Buy a shell, finish it. You can still do that yourself. But really what we've seen customers gravitating towards, unless you're a contractor by trade, or it's going to be a family project, it's really not probably something you want to tackle on your own.
Sure. What are the trends you're seeing in fish houses?
I think the biggest trend is the all-season use, multi-use house. People are realizing that they have a fish house and a camper sitting in their yard or at storage, and all of a sudden they can get rid of 2 things they have to have insurance on, they have to store, they have to maintain, and just use 1 unit.
Awesome. And the other thing I'm kind of seeing in the show, it's kind of funny because, and you could really tell me this, but what I'm seeing at the show are one of 2 things. Either a really big, long house or a really small house. And it seems like a lot of people are getting back to that smaller type of deal. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not all the 8 by 21s, full bath houses. There's still a large group of ice fishermen out there who just want the basic house, and what can I tow with my 4-wheeler out on the lake, and I'm not going to be staying for weeks on end. It's just we're going to go out and fish, and then we come back home.
So. Yeah, what's the feedback that you're getting from people when they come in and see your houses?
It's overall really positive. At an event like this, they have the opportunity to see multiple brands and different layouts in one spot. So we're always listening. Some of the main things we hear is overall our finishing, how nice it is, and then how thought out our layouts are. One really small thing that people recognize is where we put our hole placements. You'll find they're really tight to couches or the seating area in a lot of different brands out there. Just a simple thing of moving them a foot away from the couch or 18 inches so it's comfortable to jig makes a world of difference.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Here in our house here, we're running our house as a studio, but when we're not doing a show, the doors are open and people are coming in, and that's probably the most common thing that I hear when people walk in. They're like, I really like where those holes are. They're away from the couches, and they look very usable.
Yeah, I probably just gave out our big secret there, but the cool thing about Yetti is that we're local. We're made in Brandon, Minnesota, just west of Alexandria, and everybody involved in the product ice fishes. So we're truly passionate about what we're doing, and we're building something we're proud of and we use. So if something doesn't work, we're going to change it and make it better.
Sure. What's the process like to build one of these?
Yeah, so it starts out working with a dealer. We have a dealer network across the Midwest here, and you can either find something on a lot or put in an order, and from there we build the aluminum structure. Everything's welded together, so we have aluminum floor, walls, and ceilings. It's one rigid structure. It's almost, if you think of like a rib cage, it's a lot more rigid than a traditional wood-built house that you think of. Then from there, it's welded together, walls, ceiling, and floor. We put on the sheeting, put on the roof, insulate it. At that point, you have a shell that a customer could buy, and then we bring it to one of our finishing locations and finish off the inside.
Yeah, our show is presented by Catch Cover. We have a lot of diehard Wheelhouse people that listen to it, but the majority of our audience is people that actually have never owned a Wheelhouse, and many of them have never even fished out of a Wheelhouse. What is it like to own a Wheelhouse?
Yeah, well, there's probably two different perceptions of a Wheelhouse owner. I think right away it's just convenience, that all your gear's in one spot, you just hook onto it and you're towing to the lake. And there's the other side of people who are more of a run and gun type fishermen, that they're going to use it more just as a base camp. So you're going to your destination, you're going to sleep in it, you're going to eat in it, you got rattle reels down at night, and then during the day you're hopping on a sled or ATV and going out and drilling holes all day.
What's it like for you to be able to fish out of one of these? What is that experience like?
Well, it's pretty awesome. Frankly, I'm very lucky to be able to fish out of Yettis, and for me it's just the comfort side of things. I think Wheelhouse owners traditionally kind of have more of a lazy stigma to them, because you're just going out in the house and you're parking it in the area where other people are fishing. But the way houses have kind of evolved over the years is that they're really actually pretty mobile, and you can move, you can follow the fish, you can find groups, and combining that with the comfort and sitting on a couch and watching TV or having your underwater camera on a 50-inch TV is pretty awesome.
Yeah, the toy haulers have become really, really popular. People like to bring their quads or their snowmobiles out with them on the ice, but some of these houses, they don't have that. So when you think about the advantages of the toy hauler and being able to do that, why do people choose the houses that don't have the toy hauler?
Yeah, the big reason is just so you can have a window out the back. It makes a big difference. The toy hauler, you're stuck looking at basically a black wall. In the other Angler Grand Escape editions, you get a big window. Most of them have a 60-inch picture window across the back, and that really makes all the difference when you're sitting out there jigging and you can look out the window and see what's going on.
Sure. Is there something about Yetti that you wanted to bring up that I didn't ask you about?
I think the big thing with Yetti is overall just the company. Yetti's built by a parent company called Voyager Industries. They've been in business for 21 years. The ownership's actively involved in the product and in the business every day, and they truly care, and that's driven down through our entire team. And we build a product, we put a warranty on it, and we stand behind it. So I think from that standpoint, it's more than just buying a product with Yetti. It's you're buying something, and we're passionate about it, and it's almost you join the Yetti family. So
awesome. Tom, thanks so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate having you on, and appreciate helping us out with our house. It was a good place to be, and like I said, everybody who's come in is like, I can sit here all day long.
It's been we have some Catch Cover rattle reels, the rattlesnake reel in our houses this weekend, and I've been turned in my head a couple times. I thought we had a fish on. So.
Awesome. Folks, thanks for listening. Hey, if people want to find out more about Yetti, how do they do it?
Yeah, so you can go online to yettioutdoors.com. We have all of our models and editions listed, and it also lists where our dealers are. So likely you have a dealer near you that has inventory available to walk through and check out.
Awesome. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.